Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Blake Blevins, and welcome to this first edition of The Reaction. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, I am Blake Blevins. I am the Director of Operations here at the 904 Now. Happy 904 Day to everyone here in Northeast Florida. It is a fantastic night, and it is a fantastic night because the pros are finally back and playing again. We have the NFL kickoff game tonight to start week 1, and we have a fantastic NFC East matchup for you tonight. It is the Dallas Cowboys taking on the reigning and defending Super Bowl champions. They get their banner hung tonight, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have never seen a watch-along stream before, it is pretty simple. Think about it as an online sports bar where you can talk about anything you want to talk about tonight with tonight's game. And I'll be here talking with you in the chat. I'll be talking with you here on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. And it's just going to be me tonight watching along with tonight's game. It should be a great night. So if you have any questions for me here in the booth, my name is Blake. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. And it should be a fantastic night of football as well. Once again, as I mentioned, the Philadelphia Eagles are getting their Super Bowl banner raised tonight. Should be a fantastic moment for them. And of course, it should be a fantastic matchup as well with Jalen Hurts, the Super Bowl MVP. Once again, leading again at quarterback. You have Saquon Barkley, you have Devontae Smith, you have A.J. Brown. You have like the number 2 defense in the entire National Football League playing tonight against a Micah Parsons-less Dallas Cowboys. But however, the Dallas Cowboys though have a fantastic offense for them tonight. Hopefully fantastic offense tonight because last season when Dak Prescott got injured, they were not the best defense. They were not the best offense of all time. Excuse me one second. I should say that better. They were not the best offense of all time. But this year, hopefully with the fully healthy Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and a newly acquired George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers, it should be a fantastic season for them tonight. Now, here's the thing though. Dallas is going into Philadelphia as right now, currently on Hard Rock Bet and -8 underdog tonight. It's going to be hard for them tonight, especially with the motivation for the Eagles seeing their banner hung up at Lincoln Financial Field. It's going to be a tough night for the Cowboys, but it should be great but it should be a great night for football for all of us. I know a lot of people probably put down anytime touchdowns for Saquon Barkley. They probably put down anytime touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. But yeah, there should be a lot of great touchdowns tonight, and hopefully all you guys' bets win tonight as well. But once again, we appreciate every single one of you guys watching us tonight. It should be a great night for football. If you're watching us on Facebook, thank you so much for watching. If you want to support us there while you're on Facebook, you can always send us stars here on the 904 Now. We always appreciate it. It'll definitely help us go to the reaction. It'll definitely help us go to the St. John's County Show. It's on in the morning. It'll help us go to Box this evening. And it'll help us go with Troy's 2 Cents. We have a lot of great, phenomenal shows here on the 904 Now Network. And it just so happens to be that tonight is the debut of the reaction as well. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for watching us on there as well. If you want to support us, you can also send us super chats as well to help us out as well. And then thank you guys for watching us on Rumble as well if you're watching on there. And if there's anyone else out there that's watching us right now that wants to help support 904 Now or the reaction, you can always email me at blake904@gmail.com. And now we see I have the TV here in Studio A here at the 904 Now studio. As we see Jeffrey Lurie and 2-time Super Bowl champion Brandon Graham bring out their 2 Super Bowl trophies. And I just realized how massive the new 2024 Super Bowl champion ring is. That is a massive ring right there. It is like, that is, good for them. They won it, so they get to design their own ring. But it definitely looks more like a coffee table than an actual physical ring that you can have on your ring finger, though. But once again, the pyrotechnics are going off. Looks like we have a spotlight going out there to the new banner, possibly. But of course, however, though, the Eagles are treating this a little bit differently because their team is actually going to be in the locker room. They don't want to focus on the banner. They want to focus on getting the ring tonight. All they want to do is win the game and be consistent throughout that entire year. And looks like they're singing "Fly Eagles Fly" in the background now. But should be a great night for football, everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now the big thing with the Eagles this year is it came through. Is they were the number 2, I believe, number 2 offense in the entire league last year, mainly down to Saquon Barkley, like a 2,000-yard season, the 9th running back of all time to reach a 2,000-yard season. And you also have the great running potential of Jalen Hurts as well, and plus also not a bad passer as well, but 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for him last year. It should be an interesting season, but I know the Eagles will probably still want to use Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley as rushers, but you always have your great wide receivers in Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. It should be interesting to see how they play this year. Now, of course, let me go ahead and get my stats out for you right here. I took a lot of notes. Somehow I over prepared for this, just to make sure everything goes smoothly for my first game here on the reaction. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching this. I really do appreciate it, and everyone here at the 904 Now really does appreciate it as well. And looks like we got Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth talking over what to expect for this year and what to expect for this game tonight as well. But yeah, but one of the big things that I want to talk about with the Eagles is their number 1 defense last year, because last year they were number 2 in points scored by the opposing team. They were number 1 in yards gained against by the opponent. They were first at blocking first downs, and they also gave up the least amount of yards, and they also gave up the least amount of net yards per attempt. And they were also number 2 at preventing the most rushing touchdowns last year as well. But of course, on top of that, if you look at the Eagles' offense as well, they were the number 3 team at preventing at turning over at interceptions. They also had the number 1 attempts. They also had the number 2 pass. They also had the second most rushing yards throughout the league, and they also had the number 2 most rushing touchdowns last year as well. Now this is a little bit different to what the Dallas Cowboys experienced last year, where last year they gave up the second most points last year. The last place team was the Carolina Panthers last year with 534. Cowboys gave up 468. However, they also scored the least amount of rushing touchdowns, and they also gave up the most rushing touchdowns last year as well. And they also allowed the third most yards per attempt per rushing. Now it should be interesting. Now this was the rushing touchdowns, and like their inability to stop the run was one of the reasons why why they traded away Micah Parsons, I believe, for 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark, and as Micah Parsons is now on the Green Bay Packers. Now, it should be interesting to see what happens there because everyone knew how great Micah Parsons was. He was a second-team All-Pro last year, and Pro Bowl he was a 4-time Pro Bowler. I believe he got first-team All-Pro twice during his career in Dallas. So, it'll definitely be interesting to see what can the Cowboys do now, knowing that you have a generational talent. And you gave up a generational talent because he doesn't fit the scheme. He doesn't do anything. Like, why would you give up your number 1 defensive player just because he doesn't fit a scheme? It's hard to know. So, but hey, maybe those first round picks will become Micah Parsons at some points. Sure, we'll see about that. Sorry, Scooter. But yeah, so it should be interesting to see what happens tonight with an explosive offense and explosive defense with the Phillies. Then see what happens. Then see what the potential offense is with the Dallas Cowboys, and then see how the defense recovers without Micah Parsons as well. So it should be a fantastic night here of football. We really do appreciate it. And once again, we're currently here from the 904 Now studio here in St. Augustine, Florida. Once again, happy 904 Day. I hope you guys celebrated by going around and exploring our great county, exploring our great region. It's one of the nicest counties here in Florida. It's super fantastic. If you want to stay in the now here in the 904 Now, Also, follow us here on YouTube. You can follow us here on Instagram at 904now. You can always download our app from the Apple App Store. It has links to all of our news stories. It has links to our live streams. It has links to our podcast. It has live streams to our. It has links to our previous episodes, and it also has links to government TV. It also has links to the traffic and weather here in St. Augustine as well. And now it should be a fantastic night for football as well. And then speaking about football, we also do broadcast the St. Augustine High School Yellow Jackets games as well. I believe our next game is on September 26th. So if any guys enjoy a little bit of Friday Night Lights here in the ancient city, feel free to watch us at the 904 Now on our Facebook page and our YouTube page, and then also you can also listen to WFOY 102.1 FM as well. They'll have the play-by-play for that as well. But we're not talking about high school football tonight. We're talking about the pros tonight, and it should be fantastic. All right, and looks like we have. Sorry, I should have known to turn down the audio on there. I unfortunately don't have Troy with me telling me to sound off before the show, so I gotta be careful about that. So, all right, yeah, and it looks like my dad agreed as well. So Herschel Walker as well. He was old enough to remember the Herschel Walker trade as well. That was a bad trade at the time, but actually, it turns out if I believe if you used Jimmy Johnson's trade value system, if it would have been a fair trade for just the players that were involved, like without the draft picks, it would have been an okay trade. But because he added the draft picks at the time, then that's what made it a bad trade, according to the value as well. So it looks, and right now, currently on screen right now before kickoff, we have the broadcast of the national anthem with Boys to Men. And looks like the main gentleman right there is wearing a red or white jersey. He looks phenomenal out there. It looks like and so one of the big things that I want to look at is the depth chart for the Eagles tonight. So right now, so Jalen Hurts is QB1, Saquon Barkley's the main running back. We have Will Shipley as second running back for the Eagles tonight. We also have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith as wide receiver 1 and 2, respectively. We also have Jahan Dotson at wide receiver 3. Dallas Goedert is going to be the main tight end. Jordan Mailata, fantastic left tackle. We also have Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgensen, Tyler Steen, and Lane Johnson. That main guys right there, Ken, is that Blake Blevins, take 2. That line right there is definitely vital to see how for Jalen Hurts and entire Eagles line to pull off the amazing tush push. I know there's been a lot of debate about how the tush push should be banned. The tush push should be banned. It hurts players. It's like all this. No, the tush push is fun. The tush push is fun to watch. And you know what? If you can't stop 1 yard with everyone shoving on each other, then maybe you know what, you need to get stronger guys out there because that is a fun play to watch, and you know what, you gotta stop it yourselves. There's no one else to save you. You can't go like oh there might be a sneak attack. No, it's a fun play to watch all the time, and it's unfortunate that there's a lot of debate about, oh, this should be banned, this should be that, this should be that, this should be banned. No, the tush push is a fun play to watch on TV. Sure, it might get annoying if your team's on the other side of it, but however though, when you actually watch the play, it's like it looks so simple, but yet it's just simple physics. You just want to see, like, okay, everyone push each other to get across the 1 yard, and everyone just going like, oh, it's a dangerous play. No, it's not dangerous. Sure, every play in football is dangerous, but just like that, just stop giving the excuse that that's a dangerous play and just say we're terrible at it, so we need to ban it. All right, and speaking about teams that did vote on the tush push ban, we have the Dallas Cowboys with the new head coach this year, Brian Schottenheimer, replacing Mike McCarthy this year. It should be interesting to see how well he does this year. Although there are people saying online that this might just be like another Jerry Jones puppet hire, though. So we'll see how well he does this year as I switch over to the first scoreboard, representing the first quarter, and we are about to get this game underway. And once again, everyone, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. This, the nerves are definitely in my stomach right now. This is a little bit scary because this might just be like a one-time thing. I never do this again, or this could be something fantastic. I just want to say, why didn't I start this earlier? But it should be fantastic, and looks like we are ready to go here in Philadelphia. And looks like we have Jake Elliott ready to kick things off. And for this year, they actually moved the touch. They actually moved the if there's a touchback. And now last year used to be at the 30-yard line. Now it's at the 35-yard line. But looks like it's in the action zone, and we are ready to go. And here goes the first return of the game, and looks like it's at the 22-yard line. Looks like it's at the 22-yard line, and looks like we have starting lineups here for the Cowboys. We have Dak Prescott, the new running back, Javonte Williams, CeeDee Lamb, Kevontae Turpin at wide receiver, and also we now have George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, tight end, Tyler Smith at guard, Cooper Beebe at center, and we have a lot. All right, and we have a lot of new faces here for the Cowboys at. Oh no, we have an injured player already. Dang. It looks like we have number 43 for the Eagles. Looks like that's trying to see who I'm trying to find here. Looks like we have excuse me one second. We have Van we have the fullback Ben Van Sumeren injured on the field, so that's unfortunate to see. And looks like we also have a flag as well on the play. Looks like there's a lot of debate on what's going on out there on the field. Trying to see what's going on. Looks like we might have an issue there. Trying to see what's going on here. Wow. So I wonder if there's like any connection between what happened with Ben Van Sumeren, the fullback for the Eagles, and this flag going on. And looks like Ben's still on the field right now. Looks like we have the trainers. He is setting up though on the field at Lincoln Financial Field, but it's just super disappointing to have like your first play of the game result in an injury. It's unfortunate. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with what the referee says. Still waiting to hear what the referee. Looks like we have unsportsmanlike conduct. We have unsportsmanlike conduct on Jalen Carter. Wow. That's a 15-yard penalty against the Eagles. So move that up a little bit. So trying to see what okay, so it looks like Jalen Carter just got into the face of Dak Prescott during the checking up of, and does it look like and he just spat on Dak Prescott. What was that? Why? That's just disrespectful, man. That's just awful. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? These Georgia players, man. That's ridiculous. And he's already been ejected? Wow. So second team all pro, possibly like the second, possibly right now this year, the second best defensive player right now in the NFL. And you just do that. That is disgraceful. I'm not sure if he's going to be suspended like more like one or two games after this, but that's just disgraceful. That's awful. And of course, unfortunately for Ben Van Sumeren, the fullback for the Eagles, he actually had a season-ending knee surgery last year at the end of week 13. So unfortunately, it's not been a great start for the Eagles as well. It looks like we have their security guy. I think it was like Big Vito, I believe. With them again on the sideline this year. But here we go. Looks like we are ready to go back, and Dak Prescott hands off to the new running back for the Cowboys, Javonte Williams. He spent the last 4 years with the Denver Broncos last year. Had excuse me, had 2,000-yard rushing seasons. And as you can see, the stats up there for last year, Dak Prescott started 8 games last year, but had 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions last year in those 8 games as well, and he actually missed the last 9 games of the year. Missed the last 9 games last season. It was split between 8 starts between Cooper Rush and 1 game for Trey Lance. As we have Turpin getting the first down for the Cowboys. All right, it looks like everyone's huddling back up again. We got 14:05 here on the clock. As NBC's now showing the stats for Turpin's career highs last year with 47 touches and 420 receiving yards. As right now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line for the Cowboys. And Dak Prescott catches, releases, and once again, and goes for the new guy, George Pickens. I don't know what to say about George Pickens, because I am a Steelers fan. He was a phenomenal talent when he was on the Steelers. But I don't... I'm really glad he's elsewhere off the team. You know what? Be a Hall of Famer elsewhere. I don't want you on the team because we've seen this before. We've seen this before with Antonio Brown. I don't want to see like that person on the team. And let me go ahead and delete this link right here. And ladies and gentlemen, if you see any link right now, please let me know so I can go ahead and delete that, because we don't want anyone getting scammed tonight on my watch. And looks like this may be a first down. Oh, it looks like based on the television one, it looks like it's going to be a little bit short for the Cowboys. All right, so it looks like we have 12:36 here on the clock, and it's 3rd and 1 for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott lines up behind the center with Jameson Williams in the back. We got 7 seconds left on the play clock. Dak Prescott gets ready, hikes the ball, and then hands it off and fakes the handoff, and then passes downfield to CeeDee Lamb, and looks like it's at the 3-yard line and goes out of bounds for the first down and goal for the Cowboys. Yeah, it was great yards by CeeDee Lamb right there. Looks phenomenal. Catches the ball and then gets out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So, all right, so it's 1st and goal for the Cowboys. And then CeeDee Lamb passes Dak Prescott passes to CeeDee Lamb, but it looks like we're going to have flags on the play, possibly for pass interference. Looks like for number 8 for the Eagles, looks like it is, trying to see who that might be. That is Dory Jackson, the right cornerback for the Eagles this year. And yeah, there's definitely grabbing for Dory this year. So it looks like we're gonna have another first down in a little bit, and half the distance is the goal for the Cowboys. And this is Dory Jackson's 9th year with the 9th year in the NFL. This is the Eagles are his 3rd team in the NFL. And Dak Prescott's on the center and then hands it off to Javonte Williams for a touchdown. So cash those tickets if you have Javonte Williams' first touchdown of the season. And the first touchdown for Brian Schottenheimer in this Cowboy regime. Yeah, great, phenomenal overhead play for NBC right there, and looks great. Javonte Williams should be a great short yard play for the Cowboys as well. And that leads us into Brandon Aubrey, their kicker last year for the Cowboys. He only made 85% of his kicks last year, and I believe out of 20 plays, he ranks 12th in kickers in kicking percentage that made at least 30 attempts last year, but made all 100% of his extra point kicks last year though. So hopefully he continues his streak this year coming into 2025. As the NFL season is finally underway, first touchdown of the game is done, and I realize I need to put up points on the board. Oopsie me. There we go. All right, now we got points on the board, and we are in our first commercial break. Whew. But that should mean we should see Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley back on the field tonight. Back on the field, and as I mentioned earlier, Jalen Hurts. Last year, the Philadelphia Eagles went 14-3 in the regular season, and during that time, and during the regular season, they actually scored 30.6 times during the regular season. They actually scored over 30 points twice in the postseason as well. And the defense only gave up more than 30 points once during the entire year. So, and during primetime games, they went 3-1 as well. But the last year, Jalen Hurts though, he actually it was an okay season. He started 15 games for them, won 29, passed for over 2,900 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions for the team for 103.7 passer rating. But however, the real offensive star for the Eagles is Saquon Barkley for once again being the 9th player ever to ever have a 2,000-yard season with 2005 rushing yards last year. He actually could have played in week 18, but he decided not to do it. So he didn't get close to Eric Dickerson's record last year. But it was 125 yards per game last year, 21.6 attempts per game last year, and then 5.8 yards per attempt last year as well. Saquon also got 13 touchdowns, but that was second most on the team. Jalen Hurts got 14 touchdowns last year, thanks to a lot of tush pushes as well. And then Saquon Barkley got 82 first downs. Jalen Hurts got 62 first downs last year. And then for receiving as well, the big stars you need to talk about there is AJ Brown. He was only a 1,000-yard receiver last year with 1,079 receiving yards as well and 7 touchdowns. You also have Devontae Smith as well with 833 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns. Both of them only played 13 games last year. Both of them started 13 games last year. Then you also have their main tight end last year, Dallas Goedert, with 496 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. And so Brandon Aubrey kicks the ball away. And looks like it will be a touchback for the Eagles. So that'll be on their 35-yard line as we see. And we have a flag. Huh. We have a penalty marker down at the 45-yard line. So trying to see what happened. So where exactly? So it looks like we have false starts on the Eagles. Looks like that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. No, sorry, correction. Illegal motion on number 39 Epps for the Eagles. All right, so and you can see the stars right there. We have Jalen Brown, Jalen Hurts. We have Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Jahan Dotson, Dallas Goedert, Jordan Mailata, the number 1 left tackle in all of football last year, and possibly the number 1 tackle in all of football again this year. And then we also have the number 1 right tackle in all of football this year and last year as well with Lane Johnson. So once again, Hurts ready for the ball, and then looks to the pass, and then gets it to Dallas Goedert for first down. Nope, they're still saying it's a second down and short though for Dallas Goedert. As you can see the stats once again for Jalen Hurts on screen. Yeah, it was the Cowboys that scored on a short yard for Javonte Williams, rushed it in for a touchdown, and Brandon Aubrey scored the extra point for them. All right, now we have second down and 2 for the Eagles here. Hurts ready for the ball, snaps, and then hands it off to his RB1 for Saquon Barkley for the Eagles' first down. Yeah, Saquon Barkley is last year got 2,000 yards, but according to NBC, no other rusher. Every time a rusher scores, gets 2,000 yards in a season, they never lead the league the next year after that. But in his interview with NBC, Saquon hopes that he can be the first player to ever to lead again after getting 2,000 yards last year. So once again, looks like it's formations. Hurts Hurts, and looks like Hurts is running and then slides down. It looks like at the 49-yard line, the Eagles' 49-yard line. Looks like it's going to be short. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 2 for the Eagles. Sorry, correction, from the 48-yard line. So, yeah, it looks like the Cowboys looks like they were a little bit spread open during the in their defense. So Hurts was able to scramble well and then get some yardage. It looks like it's got like 8 yards off the play, so it's 2nd and 2 again. Sorry, looks like it's gonna be 2nd and 3 on my end as well. We got 10 minutes left here in the first quarter. Hurts is on the center. And then tosses the ball to Saquon Barkley, and then they get the first down, and then the blockers are helping them a lot. And the clock keeps running. Saquon didn't get out of bounds, but it's still an Eagles first down. Hello, Ricky. Thank you again for joining us. Should be an interesting year for football as well. And then hopefully I win the Pick'em League once again. Yeah, but phenomenal toss by Hurts to Saquon Barkley to get the yards down for the Eagles' first down. All right, and it's 1st and 10. Looks like it's at the 36-yard line for the Eagles. Play clock's down to 5 for them. And Hurts is at shotgun. And Hurts looks to throw and then passes to Dallas Goedert once again. It looks like it's going to be at the 30-yard line for a 2nd and 5, I believe, 2nd and 4 maybe. But yeah, so Hurts once again throwing to Dallas Goedert. Second reception for Dallas Goedert tonight, and then looks like we have Saquon in the back. Hurts ready for the ball. 2nd and 4 coming up, and then Hurts hands the ball off to Saquon Barkley, and then gets the first down once again for the Eagles' first down. All right, so it looks like Saquon's actually. Hold on. Oopsies! I just realized something. That's Will Shipley on the field, not Saquon Barkley. I gotta learn. I gotta get my eyes trained, I guess. But yeah, anyway, so it looks like Will Shipley was actually the one that got the first down. Saquon's off the field right now. Hurts passes to Will Shipley, and looks like he's got plenty of room, and looks like he will get the first down, and is in the 1st and goal range. Another Eagles first down. Looks like it's going to be at the Dallas Cowboys 4-yard line. Looks like we got 7:50 left on the clock here on my stream as well. Looks like it was a great screen pass from Hurts to Shipley, the Eagles' backup running back as well. And looks like Devontae Smith and looks like Elam for the Cowboys got into it a little bit as well. And so it looks like Hurts is pulling directions as well. It's actually going to be at the Cowboys 6-yard line, and so Barkley gets inside. But looks like, oh geez. All right, looks like it's 2nd and goal here for the Eagles with 7 minutes left on the clock on my end. So I'm starting to think we might get our first tushy pushy maybe. It might be a little bit too far out though, but who knows? But it looks, and let's see what happens. It's 2nd and goal here for the Eagles at the Cowboys. 3-yard line, and Barkley pushes, gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Still 3rd and goal at the Cowboys 3-yard line. So it should be interesting to see how well the new the Cowboys defensive line works against the rush this year, especially with Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts this year. But we're not sure when we might get the tush push. No snacks just yet. I do have my Gary, but I did go to Culver's pregame though, so I got myself a double cheeseburger as Hurts looks to throw, scrambles a little bit, and he runs in for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts rushes in without tushing and pushing for him. So Jalen Hurts gets his first rushing touchdown of the year, the Eagles' first points of the year as well. and we're gonna have Jake Elliott come on and score the extra point possibly. But yeah, but once again, it keeps everything. Once again, it looks like the Cowboys were just way too spread out for Jalen Hurts, and he was just able to rush in for him. So yeah, so I guess that proves to everyone, hey, we're the Eagles. We don't need a tush push all the time. All right, it looks like we finally got point up, and the kick is good for Jake Elliott, and it's now 7-7 tie. So Ricky, I presume it sounds like that you may have put money down on Jalen Hurts having an anytime touchdown. I guess you might have expected a tush push, but hey, a touchdown's a touchdown, all right? As NBC now goes to commercial break as well. So yeah, so it should be an interesting year to see what happens with Jalen Hurts as well, because I definitely do see him like he has he has a great arm, but he just needs to get more consistent at like passing more, because I believe in 2022 when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl with him the first time, I believe he finished third in MVP voting as well. But I don't think he might be an MVP candidate again. I really hope he is, because because he is a great rusher, but needs to get out. But if he gets like more runs like that for touchdowns rather than just tush pushing, I do believe the voters will vote for him more often than like a Lamar Jackson type, if the Eagles keep winning like this. But yeah, so great start for football as well, and looks like Ricky got the Eagles and the over tonight. I wonder if you did did you do the spread as well? Because I originally got the line at 6.5 for the Eagles as well. Let's see. Let me pull up my parlays as well. So I believe my main parlay tonight is, if Hard Rock Bet can open for me. Yeah, so I believe my main parlay is Eagles taking the spread at 6.5. We also have the over at 47.5 for me as well. Also have Saquon Barkley getting a touchdown, and then I believe I have Jalen Hurts getting over 214, getting over 215 passing yards as well, and Devontae Smith getting a touchdown as well. So I'm not really favoring the Cowboys as much tonight. So, but I'm hoping everyone's bet wins tonight, and everyone goes home happy. And geez, and someone here in this comments decided to take 2 extra points. Oof, it's gonna be a rough night for you, Dad. I'm sorry. I know Hard Rock's super slow as well. Like I've been having a hard time trying to open up my app as well. It's but for some reason though, like it's been interesting to see like every single time like Hard Rock back here in Florida, like I have to log in like all the time. Like okay, like every time I exit out the app like without closing it, like on my iPhone, they always ask me for your login, Face ID, login, Face ID, login, Face ID, login, Face ID. So yeah, so it's definitely annoying, but it might be a sign for something else that I probably shouldn't be doing this. So who knows? All right. So Jake Elliott is ready to kick off and start a new drive for the Dallas Cowboys. And we have a kick returner, Devontae Turpin, as well, getting back, and looks like he's going to be stuffed. And looks like and there's a little bit of pushy shoving, and we got someone's helmet off. Looks like it's number 35 for the Cowboys. Looks like it's Maris Liafu getting his helmet off, and looks like we still got brawling. Looks like we still got a little bit of shoving. Looks like we got a lot of shoving as well. We got flags out everywhere. We got a lot of laundry out there. We got a lot of flags out there on the field as well. Should be interesting to see what's going to happen here. But I do think it's going to be a lot of offsetting penalties though. So we'll see what happens. We got 4 different flags out there on the field as well. We got the Zebras commenting as well, asking about dinner plans after tonight's game, but also mainly talk about who might be ejected from right now. So we have side by side of Brian Schottenheimer, the coach of the Cowboys, and Nick Sirianni, the coach of the Eagles. As we have a little bit of shoving, it looks like Cooper DeJean started to get a little bit action there, and looks like number 35 for the Cowboys, Lufu, grabbed onto Cooper DeJean's helmet as well. Let's see. Looks like we got personal foul on the defense. 2 personal fouls. I'm trying to read the closed captioning. 2 personal fouls on the play. Both of them on the Cowboys. Number 35 and number 14. So that's Lou foul, and number 14 for the Cowboys is trying to see if I can read my own handwriting. Is Marquise Bell as well. So Lou foul and Marquise Bell on the Cowboys both received personal foul penalties, and now bump the Cowboys back a little bit. Looks like possibly to the their own 12-yard line as well. So 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at their 12-yard line. We got 5:48 left on the clock, 15 seconds here on the play clock. All right, and it'll be a handoff to number 33 once again, Javonte Williams for looks like a 3-yard gain possibly, so possibly 2nd and 7 for the Cowboys at their 15-yard line. And we got 5:30 left here on the clock. Now, so there's some stats here that just popped up on your screen if you're watching the broadcast as well. Dak Prescott since 2020 has missed 26 games since when he had his leg break his ankle broken back in 2020. And the stat out there is he's actually the most missed. He's missed the most games as a starting quarterback since 2020 during that stretch. And looks like Dak Prescott passes it to CeeDee Lamb at the 29-yard line and gets down at the 33 for the Cowboys' first down. Now, one thing CeeDee Lamb has got to be careful of this year because he's celebrated with this in the past is in the NFL you cannot do any gun celebrations anymore because that will be a taunting penalty and that will be a 15-yard penalty. And already the Cowboys probably don't want any more 15-yard penalties, I bet. All right, but it is 1st and 10 here for the Cowboys at the 33-yard line. And then Javonte Williams hands the ball off to Javonte Williams once again. And looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 4 once again. Yeah, so Javonte Williams once again put up okay numbers for the Broncos in the last 4 years. 2 1,000 rushing yard seasons for the Broncos as well, and he actually signed a 1-year contract with the Cowboys this year. But always put up okay numbers for them so far. Five rushing attempts, 19 yards, and 1 touchdown for them so far in this first quarter. And looks like he's going to go. And looks like Dak is going to hand him off again. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a short game for him for 3 yards. So it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Cowboys, as we have Vic Fangio, his 22nd season in the NFL as a defensive coordinator, and it's actually the oldest defensive coordinator right now in the NFL as well. But he gets results as well as the second leading defense in all the NFL. But we'll see how well they do with this 3rd and 2 for the Cowboys as well, with 3:10 left here on the clock. And the play clock's down to 7 seconds. Dak calls for the snap and ushers Tolbert away and gets snap. Looks, fires to CeeDee Lamb once again at the Eagles' 43-yard line and gets out of bounds for the Cowboys' first down. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb should be fantastic to see. I know like a lot of people got him during fantasy drafts so far this season. Should be I and honestly, that I have no idea why CeeDee Lamb's always open. Let's just say magic. But yeah, so far 3 receptions and 76 yards for CeeDee Lamb so far in this game as well. Looks like we got Miles Sanders in the back position instead of Javonte Williams for this round. And play clock is at 0, but Dak Prescott fires to Miles Sanders, and looks like it's going to be a short game for the Cowboys, as there's a flag on the field. Holding offense. Replay first down. Looks like it's number 73 for the Cowboys. That's Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith for the Cowboys this year, and I believe he might be the... Oh, yep, that's definitely holding on for for Tyler Smith on the Cowboys this year. So first and 20 now for the Cowboys, and I believe Tyler Smith. Nope, I'm messing my stuff up real quick. My bad. Yeah, so Tyler Smith got the holding penalty right there. So now it's first and 20 for the Cowboys. They're now backed up at the Eagles' 43-yard line. Dak Prescott looks, fires, got the pressure. Once again, passes to checks down to Miles Sanders, but they lose yardage on the play. And looks like we got number 53 for the Eagles. That is Zach Bond getting the tackle there, losing yards for the Cowboys, and now it's second and 23. Last year, yeah. So it looks like it's at the 40. Got tackled at the 48-yard line for the Eagles. Great play there for Zach Bond. All right, second and 23 at the Eagles' 47-yard line for the Cowboys. Play clock is at 5 seconds. 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Dak Prescott looks around the field, fires the ball deep downfield, and tries to get to George Pickens and tries to ask for the flag, and there is a flag. There is a flag and possibly pass interference. Quinyon Mitchell was grabbing George Pickens once again, so George Pickens 2 for 2. When it comes to pass interference plays on him, Quinyon Mitchell this time causing the pass interference. It was a good deep ball, and George Pickens almost got it as well. But yeah, but Quinyon Mitchell grabbing George Pickens' jersey on his right side. So yeah, that's easily pass interference as well. But yeah, so Eagles have got 4 penalties for 54 yards so far in this play. And then Dak Prescott looks downfield and tried to get to Tolbert, but it was too low. Second down and 10. Looks like Tolbert was in the end zone already, but the pass was too low, and so it will be second down with 46 seconds left here on the play clock. Yeah, it looks like and great play by the Cowboys offensive line, shifting the Eagles, trying to shift the Eagles to the right while Dak Prescott throws out to the left. And then the Cowboys' red zone touchdown percentage was not the best last year at 46%, as the play clock is now down to 3 seconds, and Javonte Williams is back in the game and gets a good rush down the field and still possibly might get some extra yards there. I thought he was down a little bit earlier, though, but it looks like he might be a first down possibly, but we don't know. But right now we have 25 seconds left here on the first quarter. Possibly might be getting a rushing playoff before the Eagles challenge maybe, but Dak Prescott's under center. Dak Prescott's giving out signals to his other receivers as 10 seconds is now on the clock, and possibly we might not have a play. Down 3, 2, 1. End of the first quarter right there. So if you have any team winning the first quarter right there, sorry, that's a push for you right there. But at the end of the first quarter, the Cowboys and the Eagles are tied 7-7. As NBC is now showing the graphic for what happened earlier last week with the Packers receiving Micah Parsons, and then the Cowboys receiving Kenny Clark, defensive tackle Kenny Clark from the Packers, and 2 first-round picks for 26 and 27. So it definitely should be interesting to see what happens to those picks as well. Because sure, it'd definitely be interesting to see what happens. Like first of all, how well all the Packers are going to do this year, because if they are going to be great with Micah Parsons or just a great offense with Jordan Love and all that, you're gonna get like a high 20s pick or possibly like a high 30 pick. So it should be interesting to see like what happens there, because there's always been players that went to the Hall of Fame for being like late, like really late first rounders, but you're not gonna get like a generational talent like a Micah Parsons per se. So it should be interesting to see what happens there. So. But if any of you guys are watching right now and want to help support the 904 Now and support the reaction, you can always email me at blake@904now@gmail.com. You can always like us on Facebook. You can follow us here on Instagram. You can follow us on Rumble as well. Subscribe to us on Rumble. Subscribe to us on YouTube as well. And you can always donate to our show as well with super chats on YouTube and stars here on Facebook. We really do appreciate it so much, and we just appreciate everyone. And we just want to say thank you to everyone that watches us here on the 904 Now, and we want to make sure that you are staying in the now as well. So right now, commercial breaks going on with NBC right now. So once again, Cowboys Eagles tied 7-7 going into the second quarter right now. We possibly might get a touchdown play here when the quarter starts back up. I believe the Cowboys are at the 3-yard line, at the Eagles 3-yard line right now. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how well the Eagles defense handles short yard plays near the end zone. And yeah, I understand why the Cowboys traded him, like especially for like a cap room. But at the same time, though, it's Micah Parsons, 4-time Pro Bowler, all pro player, generational talent. It's kind of hard to defend. Like NFL doesn't have like a hard salary cap like the NBA has with its apron floor like that. But here we go. First and goal at the Eagles 1-yard line, and Javonte Williams rushes in for his second touchdown of the game. Waiting for confirmation. And confirmation indeed. That is a touchdown for the Cowboys. So 13-7 Cowboys now. That was 9 plays in 88 yards. And with it's definitely an effective drive for the Cowboys. As Prescott handed the ball to Javonte Williams. And he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. As we should see Brandon Aubrey coming back out there and kicking that extra point away. Here we go, Brandon Aubrey lining up with Brian Anger, the punter for the Cowboys as well, with the long snapper Trent Sieg. And Aubrey kicks it away down the middle in Lincoln Financial Field as NBC goes back to commercial break. It's 14:56 left in the second quarter. Eagles are down by a touchdown. So we'll see how well they do coming back from this. Whew. Man, that's a good Gatorade at 9 p.m. Unfortunately, now I just realized drinking Gatorade at late at night means I'm probably going to be staying up a little bit later tonight. So, oh boy. But yeah, so should be an interesting game to see what happens. I should probably put up the extra point right now. And right now it's Cowboys 14, Philadelphia Eagles 7. And actually, there's some breaking sports news that just popped up as well. What if you've just seen Caitlin Clark appear on this ad? Caitlin Clark just announced that she won't be appearing in the rest of the WNBA season this year. So she's out with an injury, I believe. So she's unfortunately out for the rest of the year as well. It's unfortunate. But hey, there's a lot of great players in the WNBA as well. And speaking about great defensive players as well, Aiden Hutchinson should be playing full time once again for the Detroit Lions. He was on a Defensive Player of the Year pace before his injury in Thanksgiving, I believe. It was just unfortunate to see like him go down. And I honestly believe that he would have won Defensive Player of the Year if it wasn't for that injury last year. But yeah, but let's see. Right now, I'm trying to pull up the odds right now for Defensive Player of the Year. Trying to see who might be the favorite this year. Because it has to be like Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, like those types once again. So you see how well they might be doing. So let's see, Offensive Player of the Year. We don't want that. And Defensive Player of the Year. So actually currently right now, most favorite player is Micah Parsons is odds on favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. Then Aiden Hutchinson of the Lions, Myles Garrett, then TJ Watt, Max Crosby. Then you have Will Anderson of the Houston Texans as well. But then also for Offensive Player of the Year, you have Saquon Barkley for the Eagles, and then you have Jamar Chase, Jahmyr Gibbs, Derrick Henry, and then Bijan Robinson. Then you have CeeDee Lamb here with the Cowboys. As you see on screen, the Eagles had a massive parade on Valentine's Day, and you see the three main players in the front office. You have Jeffrey Lurie, the chairman, CEO of the Eagles, Nick Sirianni. Then you have Howie Roseman, the general manager of the Eagles as well. As Brandon Aubrey kicks it back into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Eagles' ball is now at the 35-yard line. So now it's the 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Yeah. So Brandon Aubrey. So it looks like the last two drives the Eagles had. It's been for touchback so far. So they definitely don't want the ball to be placed in the hands of their kick returner, Will Shipley as well, who's also the backup running back for the Eagles. As Barkley now his ball is handed off, so it looks like it's going to be at the 39-yard line for the Eagles. 2nd down and 4 for the Eagles. And you just saw the stat line up there on screen with the for Saquon Barkley last year, 2,005 yards, the 8th most in NFL history. And yes, I do see you and yes, Dad, I do see you on YouTube as well. Thank you for commenting as well. Really do appreciate it. All right, so it's 2nd and 4 here for the Eagles. 5 seconds left here on the play clock. You got to get the ball away. Jalen Hurts looks and passes to Devontae Smith and gets the first down. Looks like at the 47-yard line. 47-yard line for the Eagles, and that's another Eagles first down. With 13:55 left here on the second quarter. And let's see, it looks like what player is going to be shaping Trevor Diggs for the Cowboys. I think he got extension as well. One of the great backs as well, along with Deron Bland as well. Cowboys secondary looks best. Is possibly like top 5 in the entire league, but you just gotta focus more on the run more than the pass than anything else. As Saquon almost got taken down before the line of scrimmage, but it was able to recover from that and then get some yardage. Looks like it's going to be 2nd down and 6, I believe. Yep. Actually, it's going to be second and 5 for the Eagles. Yeah, so it looks like Saquon just tried, almost ran into number 51 Cam Jurgens like 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but is able to back out, then go back into play and get 4 yards out of that. As Jalen Hurts fires once again to Dallas Goedert, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3, I believe. I believe that's Dallas's 3rd reception of the game. Dallas Goedert. As NBC is now showing the camera shots for both benches right now, as Jalen Hurts is hurling the troops together to talk about what they're going to do for 3rd and 3. Now I gotta wonder though if they don't get to if they at least get to 2 yards here, I think it might be our first church push of the year. As 5 seconds is down on the play clock right now, as we have a man in motion right now for the Eagles, and Hurts gets the ball, looks downfield, passes down in the middle for Dallas Goedert once again, and it is a 1st down Eagles. And now they're in the excuse me. Now they're in the Cowboys field right now. Looks like it might, as you see, Kevin Patullo, it's his first season as the Eagles offensive coordinator this year. As they just showed, Jalen Hurts is 5 for 5 right now with 30 passing yards for him this year. Unfortunately, I need a little bit higher with 215 passing yards from Hurts right now. All right, as 5 seconds is now is now left on the play clock. Hurts looks and gets a quick play there from. Looks like he only gets 1 yard from number 83, which is Kylan Granson, the 3rd string tight end for the Eagles. And as Granson goes back into the sideline, we got 11 minutes left here in the second quarter, 2nd and 9 for the Eagles. And 20 seconds left here on the play clock. Hurts is going to plays right now. Looks like, not sure. Let's see what's it going to be for them. And looks like we have, let's see right now what we got. We got 5 seconds left here on the play. Saquon 2 is left. Shotgun. Hurts looks to pass once again. Tries to scramble out. See, and he's just going to scramble the rest of the way for a first down. Slides down, and before he slides out, he does get the Eagles a first down. And now we're at 10:20 left in the second quarter. Yeah, so I'm trying to see where exactly he was trying to throw. It looks like he was trying to get the ball to AJ Brown, but there was another cornerback behind him as well. But so Hurts was able to slide down, and then but he was able to get the first down for the Eagles. Yeah, so right now we are at 10-minute mark for the Eagles. Kurt that was Hurts' third rush of the game for 20 yards, and he did get the touchdown as well. As Saquon Barkley now rushes himself and possibly gets 4 yards on that play for a second down and 6. Trying to see how many yards he has right now officially for Saquon Barkley right now. As right now we're at 9 minutes and 30 seconds as Saquon's off the field for right now. Looks like we're probably going to get Will Shipley in at running back for him. And actually, Will Shipley right now is actually the second leading rusher for... actually, Saquon's leading right now with 7 carries and 34 yards. Will Shipley's at 3 carries and 26 yards. Jalen Hurts, 3 carries, 20 yards. And it didn't look like Will Shipley got a whole lot of yards on that one. Looks like it's just going to be 3rd and 5 as Saquon's still on the sideline for him. And right now, the NBC broadcast is showing, making everyone jealous by showing everyone Saquon squatting 585 pounds. Thank you, Saquon Barkley, for making me feeling like crap. But yeah, sure, I did enjoy that cheeseburger from Culver's. All right, now it's 3rd and 5 here for the Eagles. Looks like they're at their 20. Looks like they're at the 20. That the Cowboys 24-yard line with 3 seconds left to go on the play clock. Hurts snaps the ball, tries looking for someone to pass to, and it looks like he's going to scramble again, and he was able to get down, but now he finally slides at first and goal for the Eagles. Looks like it's going to be 1st and goal for the Eagles at the Cowboys 9-yard line. Yeah, so it's a great run there once again by Jalen Hurts right there. It looks like once again the great offensive line for the Eagles gave a lot of space for Jalen Hurts to scramble out of the way. Then his great feet work allowed him to scramble past the other safeties as well. All right, we got 1st and goal here. Saquon's back on the field and looks like he's only able to get 2 yards in that one. So looks like it's going to be 2nd and goal at the Dallas 7. 2nd and goal at the Dallas 8-yard line. So he was only able to get 1 yard on that play. 11 plays so far for 57 yards, and so far 7 minutes and 35 seconds left, taken off the clock with this drive. As Jalen Hurts is going through his mini playbook on his wrist, let's see what play they draw up here. And looks like it's going to be Saquon on the right side right now. Devontae Smith is moving up down the field. We got 5 seconds left here on the play clock. And Jalen Hurts gets ready to snap. Ball snapped. Hurts looks left. Hurts looks right. And starts to scramble once again. And will he get? And he dives into the end zone for another Eagles touchdown. 6 on board for him. 2nd touchdown of the game for Jalen Hurts rushing this time around. And looks like Diggs is in the face of Hurts for some reason. And looks like once again a great scramble for Jalen Hurts once again. So dive straight into the end zone for a touchdown for Hurts. As it looks like we're going to once again have Jake Elliott once again try to attempt the extra point after the touchdown by Jalen Hurts. All right, let's see. Everyone else is lined up. Everyone's ready to go. And Jake Elliott's looking through the uprights. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Kick is up and good. So once again, we are tied here at 14-14 again. Cowboys and Eagles in this NFC East showdown. Yeah, so I know a lot of people have been saying here in the comments. I know my dad, I know Rick, all you guys have been saying that you guys have have the over tonight at 47.5. I got the over as well, so it should be interesting. So I definitely do see that happening tonight as well. But we just gotta hope the Cowboys keep playing like this tonight. So, but of course we gotta hope that the Eagles get more points than the Cowboys tonight. So far, Jalen Hurts 6 tonight, 31 passing yards, for an 88.2 passer rating right now. When Dak Prescott gets back, he has a he went 5 for 6 so far, 79 yards, 118.8 passer rating so far for him. Javonte Williams, 8 carries, 34 rushing yards, and then 2 touchdowns for him. But you also have CeeDee Lamb with 3 receptions and 76 yards for him tonight as well. And then let's see for the Eagles. So far, leading tackler tonight for the Eagles is tied with Zach Bond and Cooper DeJean. And then for the Cowboys, their top tackler tonight is Malik Hooker. Malik Hooker. I'm trying to see where exact. I'm looking at the Eagles lineup. What am I doing? Malik Hooker, their safety tonight is the top tackler tonight. So far, no sacks for either quarterback for either team tonight. But we shall see how that holds up during tonight during the second half tonight. Now I kind of realize something interesting. I'm not much of a talker, and yet I'm gonna be doing a 3-hour react play-by-play watch-along show. I'm gonna need a lot of halls and a lot of Ricolas because I realize my throat's gonna be hurting tomorrow. Oh boy. So, but hey, you live and you learn, I guess. So, yeah. So NBC's back from commercial, and they're showing right now. The Eagles had the #1 defense last year, and unfortunately, from during the offseason, they lost 10 players. The most ever after winning a Super Bowl as well. And actually, they're the youngest defense team right now with an average age of 24.9. I believe that's the lowest ever as Jake Elliott kicks the ball away, and we do have a return, and looks like we have Turpin getting the ball back at the 26-yard line. And once again, they're re-showing the Jalen Carter spit incident from the first quarter. That's just disgraceful. There's gonna be a lot of questions for Jalen Carter tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a call from New York tonight, from the league office saying there's gonna be a lot of fines for him tonight. Here we go, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Dak Prescott looks and fires to Jake Ferguson, their tight end, and we almost had a little bit of shovey there, but it's gonna be 2nd down for. Oh, thank you, Kenny. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yes. I wish I would have bourbon though. If this studio was in our house right now, I would appreciate bourbon. But unfortunately, I do have to drive home tonight, so Gatorade will have to do, I guess. Here we go. 2nd and 7 for the Cowboys with 6:07 left here in the second quarter. Dak Prescott motions the receiver away, and then passes it to once again Kavion Turpin, and looks like it's going to be an Eagles 1st down. Yeah, so it's a great play there by Kavion Turpin as well. Looks like we got Chris Collinsworth driving on this drawing on the screen as well. And then so Prescott passes it to Turpin, and then for the Cowboys 1st down. Looks like it's going to be at midfield. Yeah, so now Prescott 7 for 8 with 98 passing yards for him tonight. It looks like they're going to be directly at midfield, and looks like we're going to have a timeout called by Dallas. So Dallas calls the first timeout of the first half. with 5:26 left in the second quarter. Yeah, so it'll definitely be interesting to see what happens here. The Cowboys are at the 50-yard line as well, so we'll see what happens here. I definitely expect to see another CD Lamb reception, but I also haven't seen much of Javonte Williams, the new running back for the Cowboys as well. But so we'll see how well they do after they come out of the timeout. All right. So 5:26 left to go here in the second quarter as well. Tied 14-14. Dallas has the ball at the 50-yard line. So yeah, so right now there's a whole lot of great games going on this weekend as well. We also have tomorrow night as well. So tomorrow night's the big tomorrow night's the Sao Paulo game. We have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. We also have a lot of great week 1 matchups as well. Pittsburgh Steelers take on the New York Jets, even though they should be called the New Jersey Nets, in my opinion. We also have excuse me. We also have the Miami Dolphins taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Carolina Panthers taking on Jacksonville Jaguars. The NFC South showdown between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. We also have an AFC North showdown between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Las Vegas Raiders taking on the New England Patriots. The Arizona Cardinals taking on the New Orleans Saints. New York Giants and taking on the Commanders for the end of the 1 o'clock window. Then 4 o'clock we have the Tennessee Titans taking on the Denver Broncos. San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers in the marquee 425 matchup. And then we have the Houston Texans taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Then for Sunday Night Football, we have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Buffalo Bills. And then wrapping week 1 up with Monday Night Football, the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. So definitely should be interesting to see how well our picks go for week 1 in our Pick'em League. I'm definitely hoping I win. All right, so once again, the Cowboys have the ball at the 50-yard line as NBC comes out of break. And it looks like they're once again advertising their new Office sequel series, The Paper. So, all right, we have 15 seconds left here on the play clock as looks like we have Dak Prescott in the center with Javonte Williams in the backfield. Ready to go. Looks like we're going to have a first rush for no, actually looks like it is looks like it's Miles Sanders for the Cowboys. Looks like he was able to get us. Oh no, looks like we have a flag here for the Looks like we have a flag here for the Eagles. Looks like. So Miles Sanders was in the backfield for the Eagles, for the Cowboys. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Eagles. Taunting for number 3 for the Eagles. That is Nolan Smith Jr. Trying to see what happened. So it looks like he was able to get stopped, but then he was just flexing on the guy. So that's just okay. That's a little bit soft right there. Come on. Okay, maybe might get a little bit too close, but that's weak. But that's Eagles' 5th penalty this game for 69 penalty yards so far for them. It looks like we have Miles Sanders once again fakes the handoff, and then Dak Prescott almost escapes the sack. It looks like he's trying to scramble now out, and looks like he's out. He got down at the Eagles' 32-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd down for the Cowboys. Yeah, so he almost got tackled by number 90, Jordan Davis, but thankfully was able to escape out of that, then scramble downfield, and looks like he slid down at the 32-yard line, I believe. Yeah, so but great avoidance by avoiding the sack by Dak Prescott there, holding the ball well. So it's 2nd and 7 for the Cowboys, with 4:20 left on the clock and 5 seconds left on the game clock. And Dak Prescott snaps the ball and then hands it off to, looks like it is number 9. Kevontae Turbin acting as the halfback for that snap. Now it's going to be 3rd down with 4 minutes left here to go in the second quarter. All right. definitely there was a lot of so definitely there was like a lot of open space for the wide receivers as well, like on the flank as well. So we have Javonte Williams back in at running back for the Cowboys, 3rd and 2 now at the Eagles 20, looks like at the 26 to 27 yard line, and Javonte Williams gets the ball handed off to him for the Cowboys. First down is now 1st and 10. So that's his 9th rush of the game, 38 yards and 2 touchdowns for him this game. Looks like we now have 3:15 left here on the clock with 25 seconds left on the play clock. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the 23-yard line. Dak Prescott holds, gets ready, talks to his line. It looks like right now Cowboys have the possession for 13 minutes right now. Eagles have for 14 minutes so far. Dak Prescott snaps and then fires it to CeeDee Lamb, but it will be called incomplete. It looks like the ball touched the ground before it got to CeeDee Lamb. Looks like it was a low pass. Yeah, it was a low pass. Actually, no, it was deflected off the hands of CeeDee Lamb, then bounced down, then hit the ground. So incomplete pass for CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott to now be 2nd down once again at the 20. We got 10 seconds left here on the play clock. At the 23-yard line, Dak Prescott looks around, passes it to, deflected off of, wow. That ball was deflected off the chest of CeeDee Lamb and almost picked off by the Eagles. But thankfully hit the ground. Thankfully it went through the Eagles player's arm before hitting the ground. So it's just an incomplete pass for the Eagles, for the Cowboys. Yeah, it looks like it went through the arms of number 94, which is Byron Young. So incomplete pass for the Cowboys. It's now 3rd and 10. But it's definitely in field goal range for Brandon Aubrey as well. So right now we're at 5 seconds left here on the play clock. 2:43 left to go in the second quarter. Dak Prescott gets the ball, snaps, looks downfield, and passes down to George Pickens once again. And it's going to be a 4th down, no pass interference call for George Pickens. It's a 4th down, so it looks like we're going to have the field goal unit come on. And Brandon Aubrey once again kicking. Looks like it's going to be a 23-yard line, so that's going to be like a 32-yard field goal attempt for Brandon Aubrey this year. And you saw last year Brandon Aubrey made a 65-yard field goal. Last year it's going to be a 41-yard field goal attempt for Brandon Aubrey this year, and he gets it down through the pipes, and that is a field goal for Brandon Aubrey. Now the Cowboys are up 17-14. The Eagles get the ball back with 2 minutes and 34 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And yeah, we're definitely hoping for more points as well, because right now, I think myself, my dad, and Ricky all have 47.5 points that we need to hit the over on a lot. So we're definitely hoping for more points as well. I definitely agree with you there. So 17-14 right now for the Cowboys right now. And I just want to say, if you're watching this right now, thank you so much for watching it. I appreciate everyone watching this test stream. If you want to support the Now For Now, you can always email me. If you want to sponsor Now For Now, you can always email me at blake@nowfornow@gmail.com. If you can also support us by liking us here on Facebook. You can also subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us here on Instagram, and then subscribe to our Rumble page as well. We greatly appreciate that. We hope to get our Shopify store back up as well at some point for our wonderful viewers here in the 904 to support to make sure you're staying in the now as well. So right now, Dak Prescott was 7 for 11, 98 yards for him. He dropped his rating down to a 92.2. But Jalen Hurts, though, still 6 for 6 with 31 passing yards. And we should see how it looks like we're going to have a lot more passing as well. So right now, the top receiver for the Eagles right now is Dallas Goedert with 4 receptions and 24 receiving yards for him. So we haven't seen a lot of AJ Brown tonight as well. We only had 1 reception for Devontae Smith. for 6 yards. Then we also have one reception for Kylan Granson, the third string tight end for the Eagles. But so we'll see how Nick Sirianni and the Eagles handle this upcoming drive as well. And that's definitely interesting. Like so normally when I watch the games in the past, I now realize how long the commercials actually are. Especially now, I have to fill up a lot of time trying to make up a spot, like trying to think of like stuff I need to talk about during the commercial breaks as well. So if you guys want to talk about anything else, if you guys want to talk about like what you're seeing during the game, like what you talked about during the game as well, I definitely would love to hear it in the comments as well. As Brandon Aubrey kicks the ball away and looks like it's going. Oh, let's see, who is this return? It looks like Will Shipley mishandled the return, and looks like it's going to be a short return for the Eagles. But yeah, so we'll see how well we'll see if there's a lot of scrambling with Jalen Hurts coming in this in the last 2 minutes here. We'll see if I don't think we're gonna have a lot of Saquon runs as well. I think it's gonna be more receiving to Devontae Smith and AJ Brown as well. If AJ Brown gets a reception here in this game, so it'll be interesting to see how well to see how well the two main receivers are in this drive right here. So it's going to be at the Eagles' 19-yard line, 1st and 10, with 2:29 left to go in the second quarter. With 5 seconds left here to go on the play clock, Hurts snaps the ball and then hand it off to Saquon Barkley for this drive. Looks like it's going to be the only rushing play for the 2 minutes before the 2-minute warning here. We got 2 minutes 17 seconds left to go in second quarter, and it's going to be second down. But it looks like that's going to be the only play before the 2-minute warning, or should I say the 2-minute timeout if you're playing college football for some reason. But it's going to be a 2nd and 6 play when we get back from the 2-minute warning. So it looks like there's still going to be a lot of yards to play. They're currently at the Phillies, the Eagles' 23-yard line as well. So still need to make up a little bit of yardage again to Jake Elliott's field goal range. So, and as they go to commercial break. Yeah, so should be in. So we should see how if they're able to get into field goal range as well. Let's see. Last year's stats for Jake Elliott as well. His longest was 50 yards last year. Jake Elliott made 28 out of his 36 attempts last year, 77% field goal percentage. But he's only made 97% of his extra point attempts as well. So he's definitely not the most reliable kicker of all time. So we shall see how well he does. We shall see how well he does if the Eagles get into field goal range as well. So yeah, but definitely should be interesting. So it's 2 minutes left here to go in the second quarter. The Eagles are down by 3 points heading in before this drive. So we're definitely hoping for at least a field goal here for your over bettors tonight. But of course, it'll definitely be great if they're able to get a touchdown as well. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how the Eagles perform in this drive as well. See how it goes. And actually tomorrow they're advertising the YouTube game as well. So tomorrow night for the Kansas City Chiefs game and the Los Angeles Chargers game, Kansas City versus Los Angeles Chargers. This game will only be live on YouTube and YouTube TV. So you need to go onto YouTube to watch the game. It won't be on like NBC. It won't be on Fox. It will only be on YouTube tomorrow night. So probably you might want to call me if you need any help scheduling, setting up the YouTube for your TV. Ooh. All right. Getting a little sip in before second half for the end of the 2-minute break. So we shall see how well the Eagles perform here. Once again, it's at the 23-yard line for the Eagles. 2nd and 6 for them. 2 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. And we shall see how well the Eagles perform here. Looks like we probably. I'm really hoping we do get a lot more passing as well to get the fields down closer for Brandon Aubrey as well. And of course, no coach challenge in the last 2 minutes as well. So we shall see how well how they're going to perform. And Hurts gets the ball, gets ready to scrambles a little bit, tries to snap that field, and looks like he passes it out of bounds as well. Just throws it away out of bounds. 3rd and 6 now for the Eagles. There have been no punt attempts so far in this game, so I think all the drive so far has ended in a score as well. Yeah, so last few plays, it says first drive was a touchdown for the Cowboys. Second drive was a touchdown for the Eagles. Third drive has been a touchdown for the Cowboys. Fourth drive, touchdown Eagles. Fifth drive has been a field goal for the Cowboys. So it's 3rd and 6 right now. We got 5 seconds left to go on the play clock. And Hurts snaps the ball, looks downfield, passes deep ball, deep ball, and he got it to number 2, Jahan Dotson for the Eagles. First down, and they're running down the field. We got 1:37 left to go here in the second quarter. Fantastic play for a 50-yard pass for a 51-yard pass from Jalen Hurts to Jahan Dotson, and he got tackled by Caleb Elon. It's the Eagles' first down, but let's see what happens here. We got 1:20 left, and Saquon drops the ball. We got 2nd and 10 now for the Eagles. Saquon drops the ball behind the line of scrimmage as well. So it's the pass attempt for Jalen Hurts to Saquon Barkley, but Saquon dropped the ball. So we'll see how well they do here. But they are in field goal range with 2nd and 10 and 1 minute 16 seconds left in the second quarter, down to 13 seconds here on the play clock. Now down to 7 seconds as well. And Hurts snaps the ball, looks downfield, passes it once, checks down to once again to Saquon, but Saquon is able to get the yards this time, and he does get out of bounds. It looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 4, possibly. No, it's actually 3rd and 2nd at the Cowboys' 18-yard line as well. So 3rd and 4. Sorry, 3rd and 2nd for the Eagles at the Cowboys' 18-yard line as well. So Saquon wasn't able to catch the last pass, but he was able to catch this pass though. Now the Eagles were able to converge together. Talk about the next play. Let's see what happens here on this 3rd and 2nd. And we'll see what to do for this yard. But it's definitely too long for a tush push, and they won't go for a tush push here. But they will go for a pass as Hurts fires the ball downfield, and once again gets to the Saquon for an Eagles first down. A 3-yard pass to Saquon Barkley once again. And now they're at the Dallas 15-yard line with 1 minute 4 seconds to go here in the second quarter. We got 25 seconds left here to go on the play clock as well. And actually, this is Matt Eberflus's first year as Cowboys defensive coordinator. He was the Bears head coach last year until he got fired last year. And so we'll see how well they do without Micah Parsons and against the pass and air when he does against the pass and the ground plays this year against the Eagles. But it looks like Jalen Hurts snaps the ball and looks like he's trying to scramble once again at the 15-yard line, and looks like he'll get out of bounds to the 10-yard line. And looks like we had the sound guy down. He actually knocked Jalen Hurts actually knocked down the sound guy on the sideline, but it's still a good 5-yard run for the Eagles. It looks like we have 56 seconds left on the clock. 2nd and 5 now at the Cowboys' 10-yard line. And boom, into the cameraman he goes. And tackle goes to Clark, number 18, DeMonte Clark for the Cowboys. Here we go, 2nd and 5. We got 15 seconds left to go here on the play clock. Clock has stopped because he went out of bounds. Let's see how he does. And then Hurts snaps the ball and then gets the hands it off to Saquon. And then he gets the run. Saquon Barkley, touchdown. And you can put on the board Yes. Saquon. Oh, and we got a little bit of a scuffling. We got a little bit of shoving. We got pushy and we got a shovey going on after the touchdown, though. But still a good touchdown for Saquon Barkley. Whew. Yeah, so I believe Saquon was the favorite guy to get the anytime touchdown tonight on Hard Rock. So, and I did take that bet tonight. So hey, that's another one of my legs down on my parlay. So we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the night goes. But here we go. We got Jake Elliott once again grabbing the ball, kicking the ball up and through the uprights. It's now 21-17, Eagles. And now we have 51 seconds left for the Cowboys to see if they can do anything before the end of halftime. All right. Woo. Yeah, so Saquon once again he keeps his, hey geez. Blake Blevins take 2. Saquon Barkley's really good. So we'll see how well he does throughout the rest of the year, but at least he got his first touchdown of the year so far. Let me go check on Hard Rock Bet, see how well I'm doing, log myself in, and let's see what I got on my parlay. So Saquon Barkley got his touchdown. Jalen Hurts is at 93 passing yards right now. 9 for 11 with 101 passer rating right now. Saquon Barkley has currently right now has 10 carries for 49 yards. Jalen Hurts has 6 carries for 48 rushing yards. Will Shipley 3 carries for 26 rushing yards. Leading receiver right now is Jahan Dotson with 1 reception and 51 yards. Now for the Cowboys though, still Dak Prescott still 7 for 11 with 98 yards. But then you also have CD Lamb with 3 receptions and 76 receiving yards as well. So we'll see how well the Cowboys do against passing the ball and see how the Eagles' amazing secondary competes against the passing tech of the Cowboys. Woo! All right. Finally got ourselves a good game to start off week 1, though. To start off the NFL season. Should be a fantastic season. Fantastic season indeed, but I don't want to go back and keep looking at my Hard Rock Bet. Let's just keep looking at the game as well. All right. Let's see what we got. We're still in commercial break here on NBC as well. Advertising The Voice, and hopefully we should be back to football in any moment now. And yes, we do have football once again, but they're still advertising tomorrow night's game in Sao Paulo. Once again, streaming exclusively on YouTube. So unfortunately, it won't be on any TV channel. You have to go on YouTube or YouTube TV to get your game tomorrow night. I'm not a fan of exclusive streaming as well, because that means I have to explain to my dad why there are some games on YouTube right now. As the Cowboys don't get the return they need, it looks like Turpin only goes to the 11-yard line. And we have some more pushing and shoving as well. And they cut away because we need to hear Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth talk instead of just seeing the shoving once again. All right, so it's gonna be 1st and 10 at the Dallas 12-yard line. We'll see how they do against the. And looks like it's gonna be a shotgun formation for the Cowboys as well. Dak Prescott, or the CD Lamb to go on the other side of the line. Dak Prescott gets ready for the snaps away, and targets CD Lamb, but gets denied by number 23 for the Eagles. That is number 23 for the Eagles. That is actually, no, it doesn't matter because it's pass interference anyway for the Eagles. That is Bennett for the Eagles, and that's a 15-yard penalty, and that's an automatic first down. Actually, no. Sorry. I was thinking about college football right there. I need to realize it's only the spot of the foul that for pass interference in the NFL. But still, first down anyway. Looks like it's going to be at the 21-yard line for the Cowboys as well. First and 10 with 40 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter, as in the second quarter. Dak Prescott gets the ball, it gets a little bit of a check down to Jake Ferguson, and we have another flag here as well with 34 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Try to see whom this might be on this time around. Oh, and it looks like it's going to be a roughing the passer call on Noah's. Looks like it's going to be on Nolan Smith Jr. and possibly for roughing the passer. That's a 15-yard penalty. Wow. Massive penalty there for the Cowboys there. So 15-yard penalty. Looks like that moved the ball up to the Dallas 41-yard line with 34 seconds left to go. It's going to be first and 10 once again. Can they get into field goal range? That is the question right now. Shotgun formation once again. And let's see, we got 10 seconds left to go here. 10 seconds left to here on the play clock. Now down to 5 seconds down. Dak Prescott gets the snap, looks downfield, passes once again to, looks like it's Jake Ferguson once again. And the clock's still running though. But Brian Schottenheimer calls the timeout because Jake Ferguson fell down backwards off the play, so fell backwards out of bounds. So they had to stop the clock there. But it looks like it's gonna be 2nd and 6 at the Dallas 45-yard line with 27 seconds left to go. So we'll see how they do there. All right. So we got a little break here in action right now. We got 30-second timeout for after the 5-yard pass to Jake Ferguson as well. So we got 27 seconds left. 2nd and 6 at the Dallas 45-yard line. Let's see if they are able to get into field goal range as well. Once again, a shotgun formation for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott waits for the snap and gets the snap. Let's see, steps back deep. Looks like it's gonna be another check down to number one, Jalen Tolbert, and doesn't get the first down, but he does go out of bounds as well. Looks like it's gonna be a 3rd and it's gonna be a 3rd and 5, I believe. Yes, 3rd and 5 at the Dallas 46-yard line. They only have one timeout. Dallas only has one timeout remaining, but they have to get this 3rd down right here if they want to get into field goal range for Brandon Aubrey. So looks like first down line is the 51 is the Eagles 49-yard line. Let's see how they go. Dak Prescott's looks like George Pickens almost bobbles the bar, but they need to hurry up though. We got 12 seconds left. Here we go. 10, 9, 8. Hurry up, offensive play. And looks like they're just going to call the timeout. Brian Schottenheimer calls the timeout. Looks like it's going to be at the Philly 45-yard line as well. With looks like it's going to be and looks like they're going to change the clock back to 15 seconds. Is when the timeout was called. So 15 seconds was when the timeout was called. So I was able to get like 7 seconds back here on the clock. Originally said 8 seconds on the clock here on TV. So able to get 7 seconds back. So hopefully that should be enough time for the Cowboys to go down the field a little bit further for Brandon Aubrey. We'll see how it goes. And then now the Eagles called their first timeout of the game. So we'll see what happens here. So once again, 15 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. We got 1st and 10 at the Eagles 45-yard line. And we got Dak Prescott dapping up all of his players on the sideline as well for before the drive. Prescott's 11 for 15 with 117 passing yards so far in this first half. We'll see how he does in the last 15 seconds of the game and in the last 15 seconds of the second quarter. Here we go. Dak Prescott calls for the snaps, gets the snap, looks downfield, passes down to CeeDee Lamb once again. Here we go. 10, 9, 8. They need to hurry up a little bit. The referee needs to spot the ball down. Here we go. 3, and then Dak Prescott spikes the ball. 3 seconds left to go at the Philadelphia Eagles 35-yard line. Let's see if that's enough for Brandon Aubrey. So Brandon Aubrey from 50 yards out, for more than 50 yards out, has a 24-27 record with an 89% field goal percentage. So I believe that is the league right now all the time. But it looks like the Eagles are going to try to ice him here with their second timeout of the second half. Only got one timeout left, but you can't call back-to-back timeouts. So we'll see how well Brandon Aubrey does once we come back from the timeout, though. That's the thing. Once again, so it's going to be a 52-yard attempt for. It looks like it's going to be a 53-yard attempt for Brandon Aubrey as well. The center is Tyler C. with the holder being Brian Anger. All right, here we go. 53-yard attempt for Brandon Aubrey once again. He lines up. Gets his feet ready. Gets ready for the snap. Snap is away. Kick is up. And it's down the middle. Cowboys get the field goal as we going into halftime. Woo! All right, so right now it is currently the Philadelphia Eagles 21, Dallas Cowboys 20, going into halftime right now. So it should be an exciting second half of football, and right now only 6 points away. Actually, no, 7 points away from getting the over tonight. So a lot of people are just hoping for one more touchdown tonight, and then the over will finally be hit. So hopefully we get that as well. So I know a lot of people in my friend group right now really needs the 48 points right now. So we'll see how that goes for the rest of the game tonight. So right now, NBC's advertising for what's going to happen in the halftime show tonight. So we'll see. So we'll see how well the second half goes as well. So once again, if you're watching this for the first time, thank you so much for watching this. If you know anyone that wants to partner with the 904 Now or partner with the reaction, you can always email me at blake904now@gmail.com. You can always support us by liking us here on Facebook, following our Facebook page, following us on Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also subscribe to our Rumble page as well. You can also donate to us via Facebook stars. You can also support us with YouTube Super Chat as well. We really do appreciate it, and we just appreciate you watching the 904 Now and staying in now. And we appreciate so much. And if there's anything that you believe that we can do better or that you want us to do, please always let us know. We'll be happy to make sure our community is informed. Whew. All right. So how's everyone's night going so far? I'm trying. It's been how's and what's everyone been having for snacks tonight so far? I know that was one of the questions that a lot of people want me to ask you guys tonight. So I'm trying to see what's going on here on YouTube, trying to see what's going on here on Facebook as well. Let's see. I wish I had snacks with me right now, but that'll be a little bit unprofessional for me to eat on air. So the only thing I'm having tonight is Gatorade. Ooh, lemon lime, born in Gainesville. Also, speaking about which, one of the big controversies from the end of last season was, during NFL Red Zone, they aired a 15-second commercial during NFL Red Zone, even though Scott Hansen said 7 hours of commercial-free football starts now. They've officially confirmed that they're going to be having these 15-second ads during NFL Red Zone, officially ending the streak of 7 hours of commercial-free football. And no, it's only going to be like four 15-second ads like during side-by-side action for like a minute during the 7 hours of programming. But that's just disappointing to know. Like, a lot of people want to watch the NFL Red Zone knowing that you're not going to get absolutely bombarded by commercials. You're not gonna get bombarded by Burger King. You're not gonna get bombarded by DraftKings. You're not gonna get bombarded by FanDuel. You're not gonna get bombarded by a lot of people, like by like a lot of things like this, like with national corporations, like all the time. Like so, because a lot of people want to support small business, but they also just want to watch like a product that they watch that they have to pay like $15 a month for. So that's disappointing as well. But it was going to happen at some point. I just hope that NFL Red Zone doesn't go full blown 2 minute, like 3 minute breaks with full screen ads. Once that happens, that's and you're still expecting people to pay $15 a month for it. That's just disappointing. That's just sad. Because then at that point you're just gonna make people watch like a regular game once again. If like a paid subscription is still having like 3 minute ads, then what's it gonna be like on like a regular game as well? If they're gonna have like 5 minute ads now, like 5 minute like timeout breaks because they have to get so many ads in at once, and it's gonna slow the game down even further to make it go 4 hour games now. Now they do like 1 o'clock to 5:25 now. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, so right now NBC is talking about what happened with Jalen Carter once again. It's going to be interesting to see what the NFL is going to react to this, and how long he's going to be suspended for. I personally believe I don't think he's going to get too much of a suspension, so possibly he might be. I definitely do see him getting like a steep fine, like $25,000 and maybe like 2 game suspension, because he's already been ejected from this game already. If it was in like halftime, like if it happened like now, I definitely would see like a 3 game suspension, but since it happened like at the beginning of the game, I believe they might count as like a 3 game suspension already. So it might just go add 2 games, then like $25,000 fine for Jalen Carter, unfortunately. So you just can't do that. And I know there was a lot of like I haven't seen like a lot of comparisons with the Bill Romanowski spitting incident on Monday Night Football, but and I know there was like a lot of different circumstances with that. So, but we'll see how the NFL reacts to this because yeah, a lot of players get hurt on the field, and just to openly disrespect like the top player like that, and on the respected team like that, that's just there. This is going to be like a harsh penalty for Jalen Carter, uh, for him, and like his reputation. Like his reputation was already bad because of what happened to him in Georgia, like during his last year at Georgia, especially with the speeding car incident and not doing well at his Georgia Pro Day. But it's so we definitely knew that there was like a character issue with Jalen Carter, but just to spit on someone else, that's just disgusting and disrespectful. I don't want that guy to be on a team anymore unless he's like totally rehabilitated. But hey, that's my 2 cents. And if you want to hear any more 2 cents, you can always listen to my dad's 2 cents Fridays here on the 904 Now. All right, but yeah, so now the advertising for Sunday Night Football, which should be a great game though. Ravens Bills in Buffalo. Baltimore's actually favored by 1.5 points. They're over under on the point total is 50.5. But Buffalo's is also a minus 105 on the money line as well. So should be an interesting game to see how well that goes, because I do believe that might be the determining factor of what happens during the rest of the AFC as well. But who knows? We'll see what happens here during the rest of the year. But of course, it's always just week one. You can always bounce back a lot during the first few games of the year. So we'll see how it goes. But I just can't wait for the second half to start as well. We'll see. The Eagles will receive the kickoff at the second half, and let's see what we got going on as well. We got a lot. Let's see. We got Troy and Lenny commenting here on YouTube. Also got a lot of comments here on Facebook as well. We appreciate it. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Tim, for commenting here. Thank you, Robbie, for joining us as well. We do appreciate it and sticking around while I'm just here sitting around here in Studio A. I'm still here in luxurious now for studio here in St. Augustine, Florida. And I hope you guys did have a fantastic 904 day. And I hope you guys explored our great county, and I hope you explored our great region here in Northeast Florida. Ooh. Yeah, so it should be an interesting game Sunday night as well, but looks like we're going to be coming back soon anyway to the Cowboys Eagles. Once again, the Eagles are up by 1 point, 21-20 over the Dallas Cowboys. Let's see how they do coming back from halftime. See if they're able to take the lead. What's this? I don't. Some commercials just don't make sense anymore. Like, why was that commercial for NFL Plus? Like a guy in the Commander's jersey going through a car wash. Dumb commercial. But yeah, so one more touchdown for a lot of us for the over tonight. Over was set at 47.5. When I believe the line opened tonight. But I definitely hope a lot of people will get their money tonight. And I feel bad for those who might have gone with the under. Yeah. Let's see who we got for some other streams tonight. Let's see how everyone else is doing tonight. Yeah, so first drive by the Eagles should be very. I definitely would be surprised if because it looks like for all the drives so far in the game, all of them have ended in a scoring play so far. There hasn't been a punt so far tonight. So Brian Unger of the Cowboys and Braden Mann of the Eagles have been having an easy night tonight. Just holding the ball for the kickers though. We'll see how it goes. So let's see. Looks like we got a lot of good streamers out there tonight as well. A lot of people like the Boys to Men national anthem tonight. Yeah, so it definitely should be interesting to see how well the Eagles do with their first drive of the second half as well. They had the kickoff. They'll receive the ball at the start here of the second half as well. So we'll see how well they perform as well. And then let's see how well has Will Shipley been doing as kick return tonight. I'm going to scroll down here to his stats. Let's see, we got Philadelphia kick returns. So far, Shipley has returned one kickoff for 12 yards tonight. Let's see the other kick return for the Cowboys. That was Kevontae Turpin. He had 4 returns so far for 81 yards. His longest tonight was 27 yards tonight. He's averaged 20.3 yards during kick returns for the Cowboys. So he's been having a good night. So we'll see if this results in let's see if Brandon Aubrey kicks it in the end zone for a touchback for the Eagles to start their drive on. That's now showing the second half highlights. First half highlights for the game so far. They showing off the 2 trophies, and then showing off all the touchdowns so far for the Cowboys and Eagles, especially for Javonte Williams and Jalen Hurts, and with Saquon Barkley as well. Surprisingly, no passing touchdowns tonight. So we'll see if we have any passing touchdowns to start the second half as well. All right, and once again, they're showing off the score. Eagles 21, Cowboys 20, and Jalen Carter once again, first player on defending Super Bowl champion ejected in the season opener. And then Cowboys, it's their first game with 2 rushing touchdowns between tackles since 2022, and first game allowing 2 rushing touchdowns between tackles since 2021, according to Next Gen Stats. And then Jalen Hurts is the first Super Bowl MVP to score 2 touchdowns in the first half following season opener. So lots of great storylines to start off the second half with. And once again, we're glad you're here and glad you can hear my voice still. As starting to get a little bit raspy as well. I'm starting to sound like it looks like I need to do some vocal training a little bit for my end. So once again, Brandon Aubrey kicks the ball away, and we are now in the third quarter. And now it looks like we have number 18 for the Eagles. That is, trying to see who is number 18 on the field for the Eagles right now. That is, I wonder who that was. That was Jay Metch. Trying to see who that was. Jeez, I have everything prepared. I expect that someone else to be on the field right now. Gotta be a little bit more prepared than that, Blake. Yeah. So anyway, so it looks like it's gonna be at the Eagles 28-yard line for a 5-yard pass to Dallas Cowboys. Once again, it's gonna be 2nd and 5. From a shotgun formation, it's 14:55 left in. Looks like we have 14:40 left in the third quarter as well. 2nd and 5 for the Eagles at their own 33-yard line. Yeah, so my picks for tomorrow night. I actually have the Chiefs winning in Sao Paulo tomorrow night. Should be interesting game. See how well they do tomorrow night against. But I know a lot of people in our pick'em have the Chargers winning tonight. So we'll see how that goes. As Jalen Hurts gets the snap, looks down the field, and once again passes it to Goddard, but this time for a 6-yard pass, but still going to be a Eagles first down. It's going to be at the Eagles 39-yard line, 1st and 10, with at least 13:30 left to go in the third quarter. Yeah, Dallas Cowboys been performing well tonight as well. 6 receptions for him, but for 35 yards. Here we go. Check down pass for Devontae Smith. Looks like it's going to be a 2nd down and 7 for him at the Eagles' 42-yard line. And they just show up a stat as well according to the analytics. Jalen Hurts' average time to throw was like 3.2 seconds, which is the longest time to hold the ball for in the NFL's last year. So we'll see how well he can do against holding the ball for so long. But of course, he is a great scrambler though, so we'll see how well. So, but hey, so if he can still get the yards while still holding the ball for that long, then it doesn't matter. But as Saquon Barkley gets a good run out there, looks like it's going to be 11 yards for him. And looks like he's going to be tackled at the Dallas 47-yard line, but that's still an Eagles first down. And right now we are at 12:35 left here on the clock on my screen right now as we're showing a replay of Hurts handing out the ball to Saquon Barkley. Great tackle there once again, but it looks like it was by Hooker and Toya of the Cowboys. So I'll get the credit for the tackle there. It looks like we're at 12-12 right now on the screen. We got 6 seconds left on the play clock as they hand out the ball to Quadzilla AJ Dillon, former Packers running back for the Eagles as well. It looks like it's going to be a 9-yard run as well, but it's going to be at the Dallas 37-yard line for a 2nd and 1. And they actually AJ Dillon missed last year as well because he had neck surgery as well, so he missed out on the entire year, but still signed a 1-year deal with the Eagles this season. So see how well he does. As currently now the 3rd string running back on the Eagles depth chart according to ESPN. 5 seconds left to go here on the play clock. 11:28 left to go in the third quarter. We got AJ Brown running down, and we got AJ Dillon once again gained yardage down, but as a 1 yard run, but still good enough for the first down at the Dallas 36-yard line. We got 1 minute 10 seconds left to go here in the. We got 1 minute 5 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Yes, Amanda, it's been a little bit surprising as well. Seeing I definitely was one of those people that been trashing on the Cowboys as well. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect the score as well, so I guess should be eating crow a little bit as well. So we'll see how it goes. It's still a little bit early to go here in the third quarter, as looks like AJ Dillon gets the ball handed to him again for no gains, just back at the 36-yard line, 2nd and 10, and Saquon Barkley's running back onto the field at 10:35 left to go in the third quarter. Got 10:30 to go left here in the third. And I'm surprised to see you here, Amanda, talking sports ball as well, but we do appreciate it, so thank you, Amanda. All right, as we get another shot of the coaching staff here for the Cowboys as well, to see how well they do with 2nd and 10 at their own 40, looks like at their 36-yard line. We got 5 seconds left to go on the play clock as Hurts gets a snap, tries to look, but won't get anything as he goes down. As it looks like it's kneeling for the Cowboys. That is number. Looks like that's Marshawn Nealon, the second left defensive edge for the Cowboys. Getting the sack on that one as well for sacking Jalen Hurts there. So now he's back at the Dallas 44-yard line for 3rd and 18 with at least 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. We'll see. So we'll see how the Eagles are able to recover from this. And I know a lot of people were hoping to get a touchdown here to get the over through. So we got 3 seconds to go left in. And he snapped the ball. We got 9:15 left in the clock. Quick pass, and then not enough. We got Jahad Dotson at the Dallas 40-yard line. 4th down. Ugh. So we'll see what the Cowboys, we'll see what the Eagles do here. It's gonna be a little bit too far, I think, for. Actually, no. It looks like they might be going for the field goal here. Let's see how he does here. So last year, Jake Elliott went 1 for 7, 14% field goal percentage from 50 yards last year. So we'll see how he does with a 58-yard field goal this time around. Let's see how well he does. 5 seconds left to go in play clock. Kick is up. And going good. So now the Eagles are up 24-20. Got 4 points away from hitting that over. Woo. All right, so 24-20 with 8 minutes, 30 seconds left here to go in the third quarter. The Philadelphia Eagles are up 24-20. As we got commercials running right there. So I just want to say thank you everyone once again for watching tonight. We really do appreciate it so much. We might be continuing with this, or this might be the only one. So if this is the only one, thank you for watching anyway. So yeah, so so surprisingly, as the manager mentioned, like this is like surprising to see how like a lot of people have been dogging the Cowboys for like, oh, they got rid of Micah Parsons, oh they have like a good offense. Dak Prescott's gonna go quarterback. Is like, okay, so at least he's showing up now. So let's see how well he does coming up on this drive as well. And still, every single drive in this game so far has ended with a scoring so far. So we'll see how well. So we'll see if that streak continues up with this in this game as well. Still got 8 minutes 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And that was probably not the best to have a salty drink while your throat's all scratchy, but who else? All right, let's see how well the Cowboys do on this drive as well. Still currently in commercial right now. Let's see how they're doing. And oh geez, there's the Rizzler. All right, let's come on. How long is this commercial? Do. There we go. Now we're back from break, and now they're showing off the Super Bowl ring. Is like, wait, hold on. How many moving parts is on this ring? Do you really need all this bling? Just simple ring that says Eagles World Champions. Don't no 3D effect. No like secret passage. And it just seeing like the differences in like the Super Bowl 1 ring to like the Super Bowl 59 ring is just like we got a little bit too overboard. But there's nothing overboard about this game right now. We got Jake Elliott kicking away. We'll see. It looks like we are going to have a return. Let's see how well it does. It looks like we have Tolbert returning the ball back and currently right now at the 29-yard line. It looks like he returned back to the 29-yard line for the Cowboys. Let's see how well Dak Prescott in the Cowboys offense does this time around. And then showing off the new rookie guard right now. Let's see, Tyler Booker. He was drafted by I think he was drafted out of Tyler Booker. He was drafted out of Alabama last year, so the highest selected interior lineman in NFL draft history. He was drafted 12th overall by the Cowboys. And once again, handed off to Javonte Williams, and looks like it should be a 6-yard run for him. That'll get him to the Dallas 35-yard line. And now it's second down and 4. We got 8 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here on the play clock. And we'll see how well. We'll see if they're able to convert the first down from here. Second and 4 for the Cowboys. At their let's see how well they do. And Jameson Williams gets the ball back and it's gonna shove. And looks like it's gonna be for none. It looks like it's gonna be a little bit for 3 yards for Javonte. Looks like it's gonna be 3rd and 1 for the Cowboys at the 38-yard line. As we see a lot of coaches with the big clipboards right there talking to the players, seeing how well they do, saying like, "Hey, pass the ball, thank you." All right, we got Dak Prescott under center. As possibly might be another handoff. It looks like it's a toss pass back to Javonte Williams, but it's still good enough for the first down Cowboys. 1st and 10 now for the Cowboys. A 2-yard run for Javonte Williams at the Dallas 4-yard line. That was tackled by Zach Baldwin and looks like it was Hunt that tackled Javonte Williams. So far, 12 rushes and 49 yards, and with 2 touchdowns for Javonte Williams so far in this game as well. Dallas has 33 plays so far tonight. Let's see. Here's number 34. Dak Prescott has the ball, fires down the field, and got deflected by number 30 for the Eagles. That was Jihad Campbell. That ball was going to CD Lamb, but it was deflected away. It was going to be to who was that ball going to? It looked like it was not going to. It looks like we have an injury on the field as well. Looks like it was going to spawn forward for the Cowboys. It looks like, but we do have an injury on the field though, unfortunately. So looks like it was who was that? Trying to see who was spawn. Actually, no, it was Brown. Who's down the field? Looks like it's the safety, full safety Sidney Brown for the Eagles that's currently injured right now on the play. So now they just went to commercial break as of this moment. So once again, it's 6:21 left on the clock. 2nd and 10 for Dallas at their 40-yard line. Still 24-20 Dallas with the Cowboys have the ball. Current now still injured. Sidney Brown of the Eagles is sitting up on the field. So hopefully we should get back to football in a bit. once again, thank you so much for watching, everyone. We do appreciate it, and I just can't wait for the rest of the season to continue on the way here. As right now, we're currently still in commercial right now here on NBC. So let's see. So the last play was Dak Prescott trying to pass the ball to Spawn Ford as well, but that was deflected by Jahad Campbell. Unfortunately, during the play, safety Cindy Brown was injured during the play, but he was sitting up though. So he was moving, but he was sitting up though. But the trains did come out onto the field though. So we'll see how the Cowboys respond after the incompletion. Still currently on the commercial right now here on NBC. Ooh. All right. Let's see what we got. And let's see. So we still got 6:21 left to go in third quarter. Second and 10 for Dallas, and currently at their 40-yard line. We are back from commercial right now. I believe they're showing off the Museum of American Revolution in Philly right now. So I definitely want to go there at some point. Looks absolutely phenomenal. Now we go back from commercial at the 40-yard line. Dak Prescott ready for the snap and hands it off to, looks like it is Miles Sanders once again. And Miles Sanders goes down and keeps chugging for, looks like it's a 49-yard run and ends up at the Phillies. So and ends up at the Eagles 11-yard line for 49 yards, and that's the Cowboys' first down. It's a great run there by Miles Sanders as well. Just finding that open space and just catching open field down there before he was tackled by Zach Bond of the Eagles as well. So let's see how they're able to do in the red zone as well. We got 5 minutes 40 seconds left in the third quarter. We got two backs behind the field, and Dak Prescott hands the ball once again to Miles Sanders, and looks like it's just going to be a 3-yard play or 4-yard play, but it looks like we do have a flag on the field at 5:27. Let's see what this flag is on before we say anything else. All right, we got the White Hat talking with other officials as well, seeing what the official word is here. Still a little bit talking right now. Let's see what the word is. Personal foul. Oh. We got unnecessary roughness on George Pickens. 15-yard penalty enforced at the Philadelphia 8-yard line. And that was on Reed Blankenship. So Miles Sanders had a 3-yard run at the Philadelphia Philadelphia 8-yard line. Penalty on George Pickens for unnecessary roughness, 15-yard penalty. They're now currently at the Philadelphia 23-yard line, and that's Dallas's third penalty of the game for 37 yards. First down and 22nd. Dak Prescott has the snap, tries to snap, fires downfield to Jake Ferguson, gets the block. It looks like a hit off the helmet of of Zach Bond to Jake Ferguson. It looks like it's now going to be 2nd and 22 for the Cowboys right now with 5:02 left on the clock. It was a great pass to Jake Ferguson. Unfortunately, though, it just hit off the helmet of Zach Bond, though, unfortunately. All right, so now we're at 2nd and 22 now with 10 seconds left to go here on the play clock. CeeDee Lamb's going down to the left side of the line as Dak Prescott gets a snap. Fires a check down to Javonte Williams, but is incomplete for a 3rd and 22 now. Ooh. All right, now we have 4:58 to go on the clock. So it's a 3rd and 22 at the Eagles 23-yard line. So it's definitely in field goal range for Brandon Aubrey, but you know that they want to get the touchdown here to to at least get the lead here before the Eagles get the ball back. 3rd and 22 here. There it goes. 5 seconds left to go here on the play clock. Dak Prescott giving orders before the snap. 2 seconds left to go. 1 second to go. Snap the ball. Let's see how it goes. Dak Prescott fires the ball downfield and almost gets it to Jake Ferguson, but looks like we have a lot of plays. Looks like it's going to be... Ooh. Jake Ferguson got hit by Reed Blankenship as well, so we'll see what the call is going to be here. It looks like it might be unnecessary roughness or pass interference, though, but it's going to be a bad penalty, though, for Blankenship. We'll see what they said. Yep, the official says unnecessary roughness to Reed Blankenship, 12-yard penalty enforced at the Eagles' 23-yard line. Looks like it's going to be half distance is a goal, so it's going to be at the Philadelphia 11-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Unnecessary roughness for Reed Blankenship. Looks like Jake Ferguson's okay. Well, that's good to see. But unfortunately, costly penalty for the Eagles. Now it's 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 11-yard line. 4:52 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Let's see. And that's the Eagles' 8th penalty of the game for 105 yards. Wow. All right, Tolbert's running down to the right side of the field, and then Prescott hands it off to Miles Sanders once again. And it looks like he fumbled the ball. Oh. Wow. So it looks like Miles Sanders fumbled the ball. Yep, never touched the ground. So Miles Sanders fumbled the ball, picked up by number 27 of the Eagles. That was hold on a second. That was Quinion Mitchell of the Eagles. So that is a turnover for the Eagles, and that is now it's 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the Philadelphia 17-yard line. So the Eagles now have the ball once again. Wow. And of course, the defense is doing their tush push celebration. Good for them. All right. Let's see. So let me pull up their stats from last year. So Cowboys last year. Well, it's last year they lost 29 fumbles last year. So this is their first fumble of the year. So we'll see how. So we'll see if this trend from last year continues into this year as well. But also announcing also showing off the Thursday Night Football schedule once again. And I believe their first game is Commanders Cowboys next Thursday night. Should be an epic game for that one. Once again, fumble recovery for the Cowboys, picked up by Quinion Mitchell of the Eagles. So now it's first and 10 for the Eagles at their 17-yard line with 4 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Ooh. Yeah. But the big number everyone in the chat's probably looking at is seeing if we can reach 48 points. We're 4 points away. Because we're all having our fingers crossed, we're still waiting. 4 more points. We just need that 4 more points. Come on. They just want 1 more touchdown, but it's gonna be a long drive for the Eagles to get to the end zone. Looks like it's gonna be 83 yards for to get to the end zone at this point. They have their own 17-yard line. We'll see how it goes. I definitely do see a possibility of a lot of passing. Correction. A lot of rushing for Saquon Barkley and Will Shipley for those two guys tonight during this drive, possibly. And then, but of course, we're needing like a little bit of surprisingly no pass touchdowns yet for both sides tonight. It's only just been rushing touchdowns, and it's only been rushing touchdowns tonight. So no only rushing touchdowns and field goals tonight so far. 4 minutes and 44 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 at Eagles have the ball at their own 17-yard line. And oh no. no. We got a lightning delay. Dang it. And looks like we got a lightning delay, so that means possibly a 30-minute delay at bare minimum if there's no other lightning strikes here. I really didn't want to push this button for the first game. So that's just great. Uh, First game. First game of doing the live stream. Then all of a sudden, lightning delay at the 10:30. This doesn't feel good. But oh well. So we'll see what happens here. So I know it's unfortunate, but safety of the players is paramount. Safety of the fans is absolutely important. So if there's lightning in the area, then they absolutely need to protect the fans and protect the players, protect the staff at all times. So you need to get ready out there. So we'll see how long this waits. Of course, the big thing with lightning delays is like working with someone, like being a part of Flagler College games multiple times. If there's a lightning strike within the 8-mile radius, or in this case, the 6-mile radius for the NFL, every time that there's a lightning strike within that radius, it's a 30-minute lightning clock, and every time the lightning strike hits within that radius, the clock resets. So, if there's multiple lightning strikes in that radius, even if it's 30 seconds, if there's a lightning strike within the 6-mile radius, that clock resets. I think the longest delay I was part of this year was, I was at the Club World Cup game in Orlando, and so the game the game started at 1 o'clock. It went to halftime at 1:48, but then immediately it went into a lightning delay, and we didn't get back out on the field until 3:40. So yeah, and just want to say a lot of chicken tenders were consumed during that break, and a lot of water was consumed as well. So looks like we're in a little bit of a delay right now. And Ricky, don't worry. Just in case if anything happens, we do have a mattress out here at the studio. So if I ever need to sleep or anything, I can just go into the studio B and bring out the air mattress. Even though probably my dad doesn't want me to do that right now. So, but yeah, we'll see how everything goes right now. I'm starting to think if no one wants this for the first game of the season. No one wants this. So not even the players, not even the coaches, and no one wants this. But it's unfortunate. So well, if you're still around, I appreciate everyone here supporting me, supporting the 904 Now. Once again, if you want to sponsor the reaction here or sponsor anything here at the 904 Now, you can always contact us here at with Blake with Blake with my email blake904now@gmail.com. You can always like us here on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube page, subscribe to our Rumble. Keep watching our shows. We have tomorrow morning. We have the St. John's County show that's on in the morning. We also have Troy's 2 Cents in the morning. We also have Next week, Bollocks this evening, Monday through Thursday. I know Lenny, my dad have been in the comments. I know Amanda's been in the comments. Becca's been in the comments. Bobby, Kenny, Tim have been in the comments. I appreciate you guys so much for just sticking around. I really hope a lot of people stick around as well because I'm going to be a little bit bored during this lightning delay. So, unless if I get the word that says like I should probably end the stream, I'm probably going to end the stream anyway. So who knows? Or maybe not. I mean, maybe everyone just sticks around and comments around, and I appreciate you guys talking with me. So, but yeah. So right now they're just showing a Dak Prescott highlights right now. So they got nothing else to show right now. Yeah. So Dak Prescott right now has been passing okay. He's 12 for 20 right now with 127 passing yards, 78.5 quarterback rating. Leading rusher now is Miles Sanders for 4 carries for 53 yards. His longest one was 49 yards. Javonte Williams, 12 carries for 49 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. CeeDee Lamb has 4 receptions, 86 yards, and has 6 targets for him so far. His longest receiving yards was 32 yards for him. Miles Sanders did fumble the ball once. Lean tackler for the Cowboys was Malik Hooker, and the only quarterback and the only sack so far was Marshawn Nealon. He has 1 so far for him. Devontae Turpin has been the leading kick returner for the Cowboys. 4 returns for 81 yards. His longest one was 27 yards. And then Brandon Aubrey's been 2 for 2 so far, with his longest being 53 yards and 2 for 2 for extra points so far as well. There have been no punts for the Cowboys. Jalen Hurts has been 13 for 15 so far with 111 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions for a 97.5 passer rating for him. Saquon Barkley's had 11 carries for 61 yards with 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts had 6 rushes for 48 yards with 2 touchdowns. Jahan Dotson has 2 receptions for 55 yards. Dallas Goedert has 6 receptions for 35 yards. Saquon Barkley has 2 receptions for 11 yards. Devontae Smith has 2 receptions for 9 yards. Kylan Granson has 1 reception for 1 yard, and no receptions so far for A.J. Brown. Quinyon Mitchell has 1 fumble recovery for the Eagles. Leading tackler for the Eagles tonight has been Zach Bond with 7 tackles so far. They haven't given up any sacks yet, and Zach Bond's the only one that has 1 tackle for loss so far tonight. Kick returners, there's only been 2 so far for Philadelphia. 1 for John Mechie, third, number 18, with one return for 20 yards, and then Will Shipley for 1 return for 12 yards. No punt returns, and then Jake Elliott's been 1 for 1 for kicking, and 3 for 3 for extra points tonight. Jake Elliott's was 58 yards, his longest so far. Oof. So yeah, should be. We'll see how long this delay lasts. I expect. I did expect moments of dead air, like myself not talking as much. I didn't expect it from the NFL themselves to give me dead air. I expect Mother Nature to give me dead air for me to talk about stuff. So I'm guessing just trying my best to make something up here on the spot. So I'm trying my best, everyone. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it looks like the worst of the cells still going to be hitting the field. Amen. So dang. That's the worst feeling. Like, you're super amped up to play, and all of a sudden Mother Nature's like, no, don't play. We don't want to play. We don't want the Cowboys to win. We don't want you to play. So all right. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just end the stream right here. I think it's gonna be a long time before this game comes back. Because it looks like there's gonna be lightning in the area, and the clock has to keep resetting during the entire 60 minutes, like during the entire 30 minutes. So I hate to do this, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end the show. I appreciate everyone sticking around for the first reaction. I hope this isn't the first and only reaction, so I hope to be back at some point. But for right now, you can watch this tomorrow morning on the St. John's County show that's on in the morning. I'll definitely talk about my thoughts about this show. But other than that, have a great night, guys. Enjoy the rest of the game.